Welcome to Genu Games. As the gaming community eagerly anticipates the arrival of the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5, 2025, a robust lineup of titles is set to showcase the console's enhanced capabilities. From beloved franchises making their return to innovative new adventures, here are 15 of the most anticipated games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2.
One which future generations would call the Imprisoning War.
Perhaps.
Nintendo has announced Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, the latest installment in the Hyrule Warriors series, set to release exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 this winter. Serving as a prequel to The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, this game delves into the ancient battle known as the Imprisoning War. Players will experience the conflict where Princess Zelda and King Rauru unite to combat the rising threat of Ganondorf. In Age of Imprisonment, you'll have the opportunity to play as key figures from Hyrule's past, including Zelda, Rauru, Sonia, and other bearers of the Secret Stones. The gameplay focuses on large-scale battles against formidable foes, characteristic of the hack-and-slash style that defines the Hyrule Warriors series. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition has been officially announced for the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 console. This comprehensive package includes the base game along with the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion, offering players an enriched experience of From Software's acclaimed action RPG. Additionally, this edition introduces new armor sets and customization options for Torrent, the player's mount. The release is scheduled for 2025, though a specific date has not been provided. This marks the first time Elden Ring will be available on a Nintendo platform, following its initial launch on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC platforms. The Duskbloods is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by From Software, slated for exclusive release on the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Directed by Hayataka Miyazaki, the game was unveiled during the Nintendo Direct presentation on April 2, 2025. Set in a gothic, steampunk-inspired world, the game introduces players to the Duskbloods, warriors endowed with supernatural abilities through a unique bloodline. The game emphasizes a player versus environment (PvPvE) mechanic, where up to 8 players compete for dominance while confronting formidable monsters. Drag X Drive is an upcoming 3-on-3 wheelchair basketball game developed exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2, with a release window set for summer 2025. The game introduces an innovative control scheme that utilizes the Joy-Con 2 controller's mouse-like capabilities. Players hold each Joy-Con 2 like a computer mouse, sliding both controllers forward to move in that direction. Flicking the controllers allows for shooting, enabling players to perform various in-game actions such as shooting and scoring. In Drag X Drive, players can team up with or compete against friends and players worldwide in fast-paced online matches.
Plus, Pokémon Legends ZA,
Pokémon Legends ZA is scheduled for release in late 2025 for both the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition will leverage the enhanced hardware capabilities of the new console, offering improved resolution and frame rates for a more immersive experience. Deltarune, the episodic role-playing game developed by Toby Fox, is set to release its next installments, Chapters 3 and 4, on June 5, 2025. These chapters will be available as launch titles for the Nintendo Switch 2, coinciding with the console's release date. Players will have the opportunity to experience the complete journey, as Chapters 1 through 4 will be bundled together for this release. This compilation will also be accessible on other platforms, including Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC via Steam. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a 3D platformer developed by HAL Laboratory and published by Nintendo, marking Kirby's first fully 3D adventure. The game follows Kirby as he explores a mysterious, post-apocalyptic world to rescue kidnapped Waddle Dees from the Beast Pack. Players navigate expansive stages with a 3D perspective, solving puzzles and battling enemies. a new feature allowing Kirby to inhale large objects like cars and vending machines, granting unique transformations and abilities. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Retro Studios and published by Nintendo. Scheduled for release in 2025, it will be available on both the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. Players will once again assume the role of the galaxy's renowned bounty hunter Samus Aran, as she embarks on a new mission on the mysterious planet Vuros. This installment introduces new psychic abilities for Samus, adding depth to the gameplay and narrative. Kirby Air Riders is an upcoming racing action game, developed by HAL Laboratory and directed by Masahiro Sakurai, set to launch exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. Building upon the legacy of the GameCube's Kirby Air Riders introduces modern enhancements tailored for the Switch 2. A standout feature is the integration of the Joy-Con 2's mouse-like controls, allowing players to intuitively steer and navigate through various racing modes. Donkey Kong Bananza is an upcoming 3D platformer developed by EAD Tokyo and published by Nintendo, exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2. Scheduled for release on July 17, 2025, this title marks Donkey Kong's return to 3D gameplay since Donkey Kong 64 in 1999. In Donkey Kong Bananza, players will navigate Donkey Kong through a vast underground world, encountering diverse environments, such as canyons, forests, freezes, hilltops and lagoons. The storyline follows Donkey Kong's quest to recover stolen golden bananas from the enigmatic Voidco Corporation. Experience dynamic gameplay with actions like punching, rolling, climbing and smashing through obstacles. Explore interconnected areas, uncovering secrets and treasures throughout the expansive underground realms. Mario Kart World is an upcoming racing game developed by Nintendo, set to launch exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5, 2025. This title marks a significant evolution in the Mario Kart series, introducing open-world elements and expansive multiplayer options. Departing from traditional track-based racing, Mario Kart World offers a vast, interconnected world where players can race across diverse terrains, including grassy plains, bustling cities, and volcanic regions. For the first time in the series, races can accommodate up to 24 players, enhancing the competitive and chaotic nature of the gameplay. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is an action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. Serving as a sequel to Breath of the Wild, it expands upon the original's open-world gameplay by introducing new environments, such as floating islands in the sky and an underground area known as the Depths. Players control Link as he searches for Princess Zelda and battles to prevent Ganondorf from destroying Hyrule. Enjoy a smoother and more detailed gaming experience with enhanced graphics and performance. Benefit from high dynamic range imaging, offering more vibrant and lifelike visuals. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 is an upcoming skateboarding video game developed by Iron Galaxy and published by Activision. It serves as a remake of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, 2001, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, 2002, bringing classic skate parks and skaters to modern platforms. The game is scheduled for release on July 11, 2025, for the Nintendo Switch 2, among other platforms. Experience remastered versions of iconic parks from Pro Skater 3 and Pro Skater 4, along with new locations like a Bikini Bottom level, inspired by SpongeBob SquarePants. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is an action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. As part of the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 launch on June 5, 2025, this title will receive a dedicated edition optimized for the new hardware. Enjoy improved resolution, enhanced textures, and HDR support, bringing Hyrule to life with vibrant colors and detailed environments. Experience smoother gameplay with enhanced frame rates and faster load times, ensuring a more fluid adventure. Access an extra save slot and utilize the Zelda Notes feature via the Nintendo Switch app, offering gameplay tips and enhancing your journey. Split Fiction is an acclaimed cooperative action-adventure game developed by Hazelight Studios and published by Electronic Arts, is scheduled to launch on the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5, 2025. Players control Mio Hudson and Zoe Foster, two authors who find themselves trapped within a simulation of their own stories. The gameplay is designed exclusively for cooperative play, requiring two players to collaborate to overcome challenges across diverse sci-fi and fantasy worlds.
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal. Commencing launch.
After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated.
Daemon X Machina. Titanic Scion is the forthcoming sequel to the 2019 mech action game Daemon X Machina. Developed by Marvelous First Studio and produced by Kenichiro Tsukuda, this new installment continues the series' tradition of high-octane mech combat. The game is scheduled for release on September 5, 2025, for multiple platforms, including the Nintendo Switch 2. Players can pilot fully customizable mechs, known as arsenals, to engage in fast-paced combat against various enemies. The game offers the freedom to explore a deadly and dangerous world both on land and in the air.
Here comes a new challenger!
Hey now, where you going?
World Tour! Fighting breath!
Street Fighter VI is set to launch on the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5, 2025, coinciding with the console's release date. This edition includes all characters and stages from the first 2 years of the game's content, totaling 26 characters. Players on the Switch 2 can engage in matches with others across different platforms, ensuring a broad and competitive player base. Capcom is releasing amiibo figures of characters Luke, Jamie and Kimberly, along with amiibo cards for 22 characters from Year 1. These amiibo unlock additional in-game content and are compatible with the Switch 2.